Namaste, Pisces and Pisces Risings, and welcome to Soul Horoscope Super Scopes. My name is Christopher Witecki. I'm a modern mystic, and I am a sensei to serious joy. I believe that there are 11 steps to serious joy, and everyone is naturally good at one of those 11 steps. There's also a hidden step, a 12th step. But for the Pisces and Pisces Risings, that magical step is Step 7. Step 7, O is heaven. And that's what you are when you are a Pisces or Pisces Rising. You connect to God, universe by nature. You also might connect to God, universe if you have Venus in Pisces, which would be a 7VQ. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And it's going to be kind of a bumpy ride, I have to say, as we move into this week and your birthday period. First, we're wrapping up the last transit, which dealt with what you do best. I sense the psychic state of awareness. So this week you will be tested on your faith and tested on your own metaphysics, your own ability to do magic and pull things off, your own ability to hold sense, basically your ability to stay true to the sense you know and not listen to the evidence before you. This is the secret Jedi sauce that Pisces and Pisces Risings have when they use it, and you'll be tested on using it right before your birthday period then begins. Then we move into the birthday period, which is what I call the I am state of awareness, and I am is the ego. So for 30 days, Pisces and Pisces Risings working on polishing that ego. And I have to say this will be a difficult one with Mercury retrograde and with the Sun conjuncting Neptune at step 4. So a lot of false ego, false pride, a lot of unfortunate egg on your face, I think just this week only, and of course coming out of an interfaith transit. Now you're going to be looking at your actions, your behavior, all of your subconscious responses to things and conscious response in the next 30 days and in the birthday period. And I think that Pisces and Pisces Risings are going to grow tremendously. But there's a lot of other aspects of your life that are putting pressure on that ego and the inner faith. Let's name a few, shall we? On the one hand, really struggling with finances and trying to innovate self-esteem and confidence with all these changes going on. So definitely feel and hear the finance issue. On the flip side of money and finances, a push to be your own integrity, to not let people intrude, to not be thrown off balance, a push to not lose your own control over things. So this is back and forth. Do I do business or not do business? Do I go forward or not go forward? This is part of the struggle that puts pressure on the higher faith, puts pressure on the ego that you're changing. Also, there's also a big change in learning, rapid belief structure change for Pisces and Pisces Risings, where you're having to grow and mature about what you believe in. And because Pisces just go with the flow once they engage, your beliefs are what keep you in check in the end. So a lot of belief structure change and having to grow up with belief structure as well. That's a toughie. And then, of course, this pull between Pluto and Jupiter. And what this is for you is not necessarily knowing or understanding where you belong in society and trying to honor what your heart wants at the same time. So that's a huge tug and pull. And I think Pisces really don't always listen to their heart. I think a lot of Pisces and Pisces Risings disconnect from their heart, and that's because things are just too sensitive. So speaking of sensitivity, looking at this week, the real hardship will be probably Monday and Tuesday. The moon moves into Libra Monday night, so this makes the Pisces and Pisces Risings incredibly vulnerable and sensitive to boundaries. And you will find that it's a very turbulent and bumpy flight moving into your birthday period. In fact, probably won't feel strong for your birthday till Friday. And that day, the moon will be in Scorpio, so you'll be very righteous and full of your beliefs and that sort of thing. However, showers again right away on Saturday. And that's when the sun actually crosses your home planet, Neptune. So I'm expecting that there will be spiritual tests this week for Pisces, no question. And there'll be an introduction to probably a new lesson. God Universe, I think, is going to speak to the Pisces on Mount Sinai or something. And speak to you. That is because Neptune at step 4 or at 4 degrees is a nuclear degree, and given all the other things in the planets and all the other aspects going on in your life, I think that this year your birthday will be special, and I think that you'll be put on a new path, and your heart might be surprised by where things shift by the end of your birthday period. Just saying, mark my words. Now, for Pisces who are curious about love, where's the love story? Well, that's a very good question. And for those of you who have 7VQs, I do report on the Venus quotient now, which is your capacity to love on Earth. Now, if you had Venus in Pisces when you were born, you have a 7VQ. The 7VQ love like Pisces. And so where are the 7VQs? Where are the Pisces with love? Actually, it's somewhat social. If you were to fall in love now, it will be probably in a social gathering or probably out among friends. But it's time to step forward and act now, to act on the decisions, to step away from the social circles that weren't working and free up your consciousness to draw in the next circle. So you want to act to move forward. You definitely want to put yourself out there. This is not a week to not go to the thing, not go to the party or not go to hang out with someone, because this is all about going, taking action, moving forward. So for those who want love in the 7 VQs, take action this week to put yourself in the right circle, and the love story might be that from that circle, you meet who you want to be with. For those who are involved in personal love stories already, well, you really want to let your heart be expressed and accepted out in the world. That's part of your love being better at home. Very important as well. Now, for you ladies, if you want help with your VQs, come on down to gavenus.me. It's a social group for women on Facebook, and we have some Venus volunteers that will look it up for you and post some videos that describe in depth what 7VQ means. Everyone is welcome. And for the men, don't worry, we will take care of you eventually. In fact, everyone is welcome to come down to soulmart.me. Soulmart.me is where you can join up and sign up for our email list. I email out the zodiac weathers all the time. Fellas, please sign up for that list. I'll tell you about a service coming out for men later. And lastly, a call to action is very simple. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to us if you haven't. That does help us to understand who's watching. All right, my Pisces Risings, and my 7VQs. I will see you in 7 days. How funny is that? Until then, live, love, be.